What is truth? Who are we? And how are spiritual experience and reality connected? The human being is a carrier of the greatest mystery of creation. We are not just flesh, bones, and thoughts. We are the light of consciousness, a manifestation of divine energy, an infinite essence temporarily embodied in form. That's why one of the most fundamental questions humanity has sought to answer since the beginning of time is this: what is truth? What is truth? Truth is not merely a collection of facts, information, or appearances. Truth is the essence that lies beyond time and space, unchanging, eternal. It cannot be fully grasped by the mind or completely understood through the senses. Truth is not something you comprehend. It is something you experience. It is not intellectual. It is existential. Traditional religions, mystics, and Sufis all speak of truth as something that can only be known through direct experience. Rumi once said, "If you have intellect, surrender it to the heart of love, for that is where the truth lives." Truth emerges when duality dissolves, when the illusion of me and you, this and that, fades away. In that moment, we begin to feel that everything is one, and that behind the surface of all things, there is a hidden light. Who are we? This question may be the most powerful and disorienting one a human can ask, because its answer is neither simple nor optional. We are not merely a name, a body, a past, or a future. We are conscious beings, a spark, a breath from the divine. According to spiritual traditions, every human being carries within them a divine essence, called Atman in Hindu philosophy, Huviyeti Haq in Sufism, and divine spark in Christian mysticism. This essence distinguishes us from all other life forms. It is the part of us that transcends death, the ever-living soul that carries no memory, yet holds all truth. We came into this world to remember who we are, where we come from, and where we are going. In our deepest nature, we are made of love and light. There is no fear, no competition at our core, only unity and love. But this pure essence has been forgotten, buried under layers of social conditioning, trauma, false identities, and fear. Through spiritual experiences, we begin to awaken this forgotten truth once again. How are spiritual experience and reality connected? Some define reality as the physical world only, objects, events, sensations. But spiritual experiences reveal that this world may be nothing more than an illusion, a maya. True reality is much deeper than what we perceive with our senses. It is tied to our inner world, the silent language of the soul. Spiritual practices, whether meditation, prayer, breathwork, chanting, or encounters with sacred plants, open us to new layers of consciousness. In those moments, time stops, the ego dissolves, and we melt into a vast state of being. These experiences remind us that reality is multi-layered and profoundly mysterious. Each spiritual experience brings us one step closer to truth. Sometimes in these experiences, people report contact with beings of light, archetypes, ancient memories, or collective human consciousness. These are not hallucinations. They are expansions of awareness. Through spiritual experience, we access higher dimensions of reality. Our inner and outer worlds merge, and we feel as though we are face to face with God at the center of all life. For years, science dismissed spirituality and mystical experiences as purely subjective and unmeasurable. But recent decades, fueled by breakthroughs in neuroscience and a growing curiosity about human consciousness, have broadened the field. Now, many neurologists, psychologists, and medical researchers are exploring the neural basis, psychological effects, and altered states induced by mystical experiences. The The Reality of Truth documentary stands at the intersection of science and spirit, offering viewers a fresh perspective. Neuroscientists now explain that the ego is a mental construct, and when that construct breaks down, people often experience direct contact with the cosmos and the divine. Such experiences can lead to deep emotional healing and transformation, as the brain forms new neural pathways and reevaluates past events from a higher perspective. These sacred medicines don't just affect us psychologically, they also create neurobiological changes. Their interaction with serotonin receptors in the brain can shift emotions, thinking patterns, and spiritual perception. One of the most fascinating developments is the emerging spiritual scientific synthesis, a meeting point between Western science and ancient Eastern wisdom. While Western neurology attempts to explain mystical states through objective mechanisms, Eastern spirituality focuses on the transcendence of the ego, the purification of karma, and union with the divine. Today, the scientific study of consciousness and spiritual experience is no longer a fantasy. It's a vital step in humanity's journey toward deeper self-understanding. Psychedelic plants and the research surrounding them show us that truth does not belong to any one system. It can be found in both mystical vision and neurological reality at the same time. Self-discovery and introspection. The descent into the inner shadows. Throughout life, we try to understand the world around us, but one of the most challenging and transformative journeys is the one inward, into ourselves. The Reality of Truth highlights just how intense, yet healing and liberating, this inner journey can be. It's not simply about closing your eyes in meditation, it's about diving into your inner darkness and facing your fears, pain, trauma, and forgotten love. What is introspection, and why is it so crucial? Introspection is the process of observing yourself, questioning your feelings, beliefs, and thoughts. It is a descent into the deeper layers of consciousness, and it's not just a mental process, it's a heart-opening, soul-revealing experience. Spiritual practices, especially intentional and guided sessions with psychedelics, can help unlock these inner doors more quickly and deeply. Because the noise of everyday life and the roles we play often keep us from seeing ourselves clearly. But in altered states, when the ego weakens, we are freed from defense mechanisms and become ready to face not only our darkness, but also our light. Travis Scott's journey, the shattering beauty of self-realization. In the film, Travis Scott's experience is especially powerful. After taking ayahuasca, he confronts a pain that has been buried for years. He doesn't just feel sadness, he feels the death of an old version of himself. His body trembles, intense emotions and visions overwhelm him, but eventually, they free him. Travis says, "I had never been in that kind of silence before. And in that silence there was so much sound. Who am I? Why am I here? Whose love do I carry? And who have I forgotten to love? I've never really loved myself." These words reveal how deep and sharp the path of introspection can be. Ayahuasca is not just visual effects. It's a call into your hidden layers. A call that can unlock questions you've left unanswered for years.